Yeah. Sound rolling, camera is rolling.
Two rolling.
Sound check. Well, what do you think of Michelle?
Michelle? She's the boss. She gets called the boss. Everyone respects Michelle.
She just runs everything. I think it would fall apart without her.
She's like the boss of the bosses, so probably higher than Lee now.
And she takes no shit. She takes no prisoners.
I would describe her as a swan, because all you see of a swan is it glides effortlessly across a lake.
But you know that underneath the water, her legs will go and 10 to a dozen, and that's sort of how I would like to describe her.
Sometimes I'll get in little ruts. I get annoyed with myself. I'm not really sure where to go or what to do. And she very sternly puts it to sort my head out and get my head out my
So do you want to tell us a little bit about your background, about growing up, about that whole part of your life?
How far back?
The whole thing.
Whole thing. So I grew up, was born in South Bank. When I was 1, my mum and dad decided to move to London, and I lived there till I was about 9 with my 5 brothers and sisters in a 3-bedroomed house in quite an affluent part of London, which was really, really cool. Then my mum and dad got divorced. I chose to come back to Middlesbrough with my mum and live a very different life to what I did previous. Moved to Grangetown and lived in my nana's back room. And I think that's when I became, I like to think I'm strong. I think that's when I became strong, because I wanted to look after my mum, make sure she was okay. And my mum asked me to move out when I was 16 because we didn't get on and became an adult pretty quick. Then when I was 25, I stumbled across through a mutual friend, Adam, which is my now husband. Get emotional. He's got the best sense of humour, and now 11 years later, we are married with a little girl who's amazing. After having Charlotte, I went back to work at school. We were taken over by an academy, and that had its own challenges and things, and obviously being a new mum, I wasn't enjoying working life anymore. When I was on maternity, my best friend, we worked together. She'd left Ormsby to work with Lee, and she said, look, Michelle, you need to leave the school. It's not the best place for you anymore, and I think we might have the perfect job for you. A couple of days a week, we just need someone to come in, shape us up. So I went in on a Saturday, met Lee at Boho. He told me a little bit about his story, about the business, about where they saw it going. Told him a bit about myself, and he just said, yeah, when can you start? Which was really cool. Probably 6 months of being there, I was due to get married, and they came to the party on the night, and I probably spent more time with them than I did my actual friends that I've had forever. And I think that was a defining moment for me, and in my personality and where I was going, because I took a sidestep from one group of friends to go over to a different group who I knew I could do something for them and they could do something for me. And I think they've helped build and shape me to who I am today. I'm being cheesy now.
Yeah, Michelle's class. Love it with it.
I've never known anyone help so much as Michelle does.
She's a legend, and I'm not going to cry on camera, but she just does so much for people that you don't see. She's the glue that sticks everything together. You'll have heard that phrase, I don't know how many times when people discuss Michelle.
Unique, one of a kind, but one of the best, nicest people I've ever met, Michelle.
Michelle, she deserves some type of medal, that lady, yeah.
Oh, I love Michelle. Genuinely love Michelle.
So Michelle is Mrs. Bespoke. I've got a lot of respect for Michelle. She's done a lot for me as well since joining, and sort of believing in me as well. So I'm getting a bit emotional.
Is that because that's how much Michelle means?
Yeah, I just think for what her and Lee have done for me and Darren, really. Yeah. Ooh, can I get a tissue?
Yeah.
Brilliant mum, brilliant friend. You know, if my kids turned out like Michelle, I'd be like the happiest dad in the world, because she's just a brilliant, brilliant person. Everyone's like obsessed with mine and Michelle's working relationship, because it probably should never have worked, just works. and we bring out the best of each other. It's challenging at times. It's not all plain sailing. When you get two personalities like me and Michelle, it can't be. I think she probably thinks I'm a pain in the ass.
One of the main selling points and main reasons for me giving Lee everything is that back he gives me my everything, which is my Charlotte, my daughter. If I need to be at a school play, I can be there. If I need to pick her up to go to the doctors, I'm there. And that is worth its weight in gold.
How important is your daughter?
Oh God, you'll make me cry. I can't answer that one. She's mint. She is God, that's a right question to ask someone, isn't it? She is my world. She's why I do what I do, so she can do what I do. Charlotte is amazing and she is central to everything. Oh, she's so feisty and she's so independent and she's just mint. She's wicked. She's becoming what my mum instilled in me, and I'm passing that baton on somewhat, but I'm putting my own flavour and my own touch on it and bringing it into, I say to her, in the modern world. And I always say to her things, you have to be a spice girl, you have to look after other girls, and you have to be kind and you have to be gentle. And in her bedroom she's got like an atlas and saying that's the world, and she knows that she has to work hard, and it's not just about grades and things like that, it's about working hard to go and see the world, and that's what I want to do, and that's what Bespoke is enabling me to do, because it's giving me a career. And they understand Charlotte and how just amazing she is. That means a lot. That means so much, just being able to combine the two and to be mum and ops manager at Bespoke at the same time. Yeah, that's why I work at Bespoke, yeah.
So most people will know that Lee's got his lads.
I was quite lucky in the fact that was part-time. I didn't get pushed as hard, but the legs of poor Nathan and Jordan, and when Darren started, yeah, he ruled with an iron fist then.